What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Hybrid Games, and I'm at Marcus's from Sunset Hotline's new, coming soon, arcade and tap house, GALACTIX. And we're going to check this out today. Got Marcus on the camera, he's going to hand it over to me, and we're going to do a little walkthrough of GALACTIX arcade and tap house here in Astoria, Oregon.
Now you're playing with
power.
Your parents help you hook it up.
Alright, so we are with Marcus from Sunset Hotline. And,
hello.
Yep. So introduce yourself a bit, Marcus.
Yes, I'm Marcus with Sunset Hotline. Got a YouTube channel, check it out. And Kevin, I've known him for a long time actually, so we've been friends for quite a while. This is a arcade tap house in Astoria, Oregon that I've been working on slowly for like 5 years. I would say the last 2 years really intense. And so we're a tap house, so we've got 24 taps, and that's beer and hard cider. We have pizza by the slice and hot nuts. And yeah, so we've got a pretty cool theme. We're about 2 weeks away from opening right now, so hopefully mid-December we'll open. And we have a lot of things that are sort of in progress. So as we go through this, you know, we're still adding games here to the right. So this is going to be like the Pinball Alley. And we have quite a few games though. I haven't done a count lately, but I'm guessing around 40 something like that.
Alright, so now Marcus is going to go through with me, and we're going to go through the arcade and tap house and just kind of check out what's in store.
Yeah, so these are not on yet, but this is, actually this one can be turned on, I think. There we go.
Awesome.
And this one can be turned on. So Nightmare on Elm Street, one of my favorite pinball games. I love Freddy's face.
That is awesome.
These have all been gone through, so this one in particular actually has a playfield protector, which is... this one needs it too, because there's a lot of damage to the lower playfield. So this has a playfield protector, which is awesome. It's fully LED'd. This one is actually Bride of Pinbot 2.0, and this is a custom kit that was sort of made by Dutch Pinball, and it's a really awesome, like, kind of, you can add the color DMD screen to it. Actually, I don't even think that's DMD. It'd be like, it looks like that, but it's actually just an LCD screen. But it's got new game programming, and
that's really cool.
Yeah, the music's pretty cool, and it's, you know, it's just like a totally new refresh on this game, which is already really good.
Yeah.
So this is a cool one. I have some more stuff to do to this. Like there's some a back glass that I am going to get, and then I've been on a waiting list for a plastic kit for like I don't know, a year or something, or 8 months. Jurassic Park, awesome game.
Cool.
I like that this one's new, and it came LED'd, but I think that it has a really good soft incandescent look to it. So it looks like, the way it looks to me is like it's not really LED'd, whereas these are like almost kind of borderline, not too bright, but pretty bright. This one's nice and soft.
Yeah, I see what you mean about that.
Yeah. Also, I did bring in Stranger Things over here, and my plan is to add like, I think 5 more games. And we have quite a few to select, so it's a challenge for me to choose which games to put out here as we open. But
yeah.
I'm trying to get a good assortment. Flash Gordon is a classic. I have a couple old games, like I've got Black Hole and also Black Knight, Ninja Turtles, got Doctor Who.
That's cool.
I really would like to have room for all these, but I don't. And then this is a brand new, this is a 2020 Guns N' Roses, and this is a Jersey Jack, which is just an amazing fun game, and really, really, I would say pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Pac-Man, I'm waiting on a joystick.
Yep.
You can also check out my channel if you want to watch me repair some of these. That's kind of what I've been doing. I normally do gameplay and other kind of videos, but lately I've been doing videos where I fix stuff. So there's a video that I'll be putting up where I talk about the joystick, but I'm waiting for a joystick for Pac-Man. This is Darius Burst, another Chronicle, which is a really, really awesome shoot 'em up, and it's super widescreen. This little cutscene is not actually all the way wide, but it's got subwoofers in the bass, full like surround stereo. Kevin played it. He was freaking out.
It's awesome. I freaked out playing this game. It's so loud and like the action's really intense. It's really great so far. It's like Gradius, like to the max.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it'll show like how wide it is too.
Yeah, once we get to the gameplay.
Not quite there.
Yeah,
oh, also, our booths that we have here, these all light up. So the tables all light up. This wall lights up. The trim above here lights up. It's actually a really cool effect, but we currently have it all disabled. So we'll be enabling it later in the week, which sadly Kevin's gonna miss. But
yeah,
yeah. So this is here. I think it'll show in a second how wide it is.
Show a logo. There we go. Yeah.
So it's a 4-player game. It's pretty amazing.
So you got 4 joysticks there.
Final Fight. I'm actually going to move this over. We're going to swap a game, but this is a really cool game. If you guys aren't familiar with Final Fight, I'm sure you are. Rush 2049. A couple of these. This is a really fun game. It's got tons of shortcuts. It's a blast. The force feedback is phenomenal. Subwoofers in the seats. You know, kind of a classic game. Hydro Thunder's even more classic, and I did lots of videos on these, but I have like brand new subs in here. I went through all the gearboxes. These LCDs have been tuned as much as possible. They're not perfect, you know, that's one thing that kind of sucks about when you have to upgrade. Like, you know, here's Silent Scope, and for the moment, it's running fine on the CRT. This is a really fun game. Great Konami classic. So, to the left over here, I'm going to have a Outrun right here, a little Outrun cap. It's super little, so it'll fit, but it's kind of small.
And then there's the Nintendo.
Oh yeah, the red tent, which we don't have plugged in right now. So one side is the Goonies, which of course is a classic Astoria, you know.
You gotta have that here.
Yeah. So that one's really good. And then on the other side, it's Skate Kid Brothers. And Skate Kid Brothers is a Super Mario Brothers clone. But it's actually like a officially sold game by I forget, it's like TPS? TBS? I don't know. It was a company in the 80s that sold it as a kit to arcades. Oh. And so it is official, but it was also not official. You know?
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so and it's weird. It's a really weird game. So over here, Rush the Rock. This is one of my favorite games. I would say like one of my personal favorite games. I just love this game so much.
That's cool.
I only have one. I've always been looking for 2, never found 2, so. Death Stalker. This comes from Galloping Ghost Arcade, and this is a long-lost Laserdisc game. It was canceled. You can see like who restored it, but Doc Mack, who's very cool, that's who I got the game from. This one is actually signed by the dude, I forget who it is, actually, but yeah, so this one's really good. I went ahead and LED'd the buttons, added control panel overlays. Every game in here has control panel overlays, meaning like plexiglass protectors, just to kind of preserve the original. Millipede, classic game. Trackball action. Yep. Zaxxon. Went through, rebuilt the joystick.
Cool.
Guerrilla War. I rebuilt these actually, this joystick on the right was totally messed up.
That one has a really interesting joystick where when you're playing, you move like normal, but then you rotate it like that to aim.
Yeah,
it's pretty weird. But
yeah, it's an awesome
cool.
joystick, 16-way.
Yeah.
Superstars. Really fun wrestling game. One of the oldest ones that I remember playing in the arcade anyway. And it's got brand new joysticks I just put on it. Redid that. Gun Force. This game is pretty awesome. It's kind of like a Contra clone, but it's by Irem. And Irem is one of my favorite old school developers. So really fun game.
Cool.
Let's see. Blood Brothers. This is just a fun game. I have to work on this one a little bit. The monitor's a little bit wonky, So I'm going to adjust it, and then also disable the sound attract mode because it shouldn't be making noise. So,
yeah, it makes sound occasionally.
Yeah, and it takes forever to warm up, but once it warms up, it's good. So,
Cool.
1943. This is actually a pretty rare cabinet. As far as the shoot 'em up goes, it's not one that's real common. You don't see it very often. Shadow Dancer. Another really fun game.
Yeah, that one
Pretty
was
tough.
hard. Yeah, it was hard.
It is tough. I mean, you'll go through a lot of quarters on this. We do use cashless system, but yeah. And over here, Virtua Fighter 2. This is sort of our row of fighting kind of games. So, Virtua Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Don't use drugs, winners.
That's right. Captain America and the Avengers. It's the only 4-player beat 'em up that I have here.
That's cool.
And I do have to work on this one a little bit more, but it's pretty much ready. And then Combat Tribes, which is a 3-player beat 'em up. Pretty fun.
Cool.
Down here we've got Caveman Ninja. This is a rare game. It's basically Joe and Mac.
Yeah, Joe and Mac.
It's kind of weird to see the cabinet, but it's not too crazy. But yeah, Caveman Ninja. Altered Beast. I did a lot of videos on this one, or maybe I didn't do a lot, but it took forever to get this thing going. So this was a challenge, but this is running a real board.
Cool.
Magic Sword. I love this game. Super, super classic. And then, of course, Pit Fighter.
Yes.
3-player. Pretty much a versus I don't know, it's not really a beat 'em up, but kind of.
And do you want to talk about what's going to go in that space?
Yeah, so this is reserved for a very special arcade game, Polybius. So I had to pull some strings, was able to secure Polybius. I'm actually kind of custom building it. A friend of mine helped to build the cabinet, and I'm working on the game to make it work. So it needs a lot of attention. It's super buggy, so I'm trying to fix all the bugs right now. But Polybius will go right there.
And that'll be super cool.
Yeah, really weird little surprise area over here.
Now, one thing Marcus is doing on his channel is like he does the restoration of the cabinets videos, and he does some artwork. So he put some of, I don't know if you implied this artwork.
I did a lot of that.
But you did a lot of that when I was
actually
here
made
too.
this. I made this artwork too because there wasn't any artwork that I could find.
Okay.
So I went to like Photoshop and Photoshop the logo with this is a different image than this. And this was a terrible cabinet actually. To be honest, it's not the best one to have on the end. The side art's cool, but it was a pain. But I have since figured out how to fix this, and so it's going to be prepped to do that. So
now, do you want to head into the bar zone?
Yeah, come on over.
What do you want to call this?
So this would be like the bar area. So we've got a Galaxian cocktail table, which is in great shape. And this is the bar. So we have obviously a lot of things we're working on right now, but these tabletops all in this area illuminate. They all light up. And again, so does that wall over there, but like I said, it's all disabled at the moment. And the bar top here lights up, but it's going to change. It's probably going to dim down a little bit.
Yeah.
We have 24 taps back here, which is, lots of different selections. So we're going to have a mix of beer and hard cider.
Cool.
And then our menu will be there. We haven't quite got that up yet. And then over here on the right side is a random mix of cartoons.
Cool.
And lots of cartoons. And then on the left side are CGI demos from the 80s and 90s.
You know what this reminds me of, Marcus? This is like your channel and like you in like a space. It's like your hobbies like all in like a physical location. That's what I think of when I go here.
Thanks. Yeah, my plan is to actually, work on other videos here, like even if it's just on something like showing a Sega Genesis game or something.
Yeah,
and just talk about it here. Maybe in a booth or whatever, just because it's such a cool space. But yeah, it took us a long time to build this and kind of assemble them all. And I mean, I've literally just went through all these games and just been fixing them up as best as I can. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you want to wrap things up?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else, but you guys should definitely come visit us. We are in Astoria. You can go to our website, which is the GALACTIX with an IX, so GALACTIX.com, so thegalactics.com. Currently, there's not really anything on there, but we're going to have like our address and all that. But we are located downtown Astoria. We're actually underneath another building, so it's pretty cool. Like we're, subterranean.
Yeah.
So would love to see you guys out here, and thanks to Kevin.
Yep. Thanks, Marcus.